Okay. I like to check for nails and joints. Last thing you want to do is have this plywood down and then there's a nail sticking up holding you up. Take your hammer, lay it down on the flat. It's right along here. If there's any nails as you ride it along here, you're going to feel a bump, whack them down. So we'll go with that. Everything's vacuumed up. I'll show you how I like to do the drain situation here. So what I like to do, put a plug in there. I like a one with a wing nut because that gets me the pretty much the center of the drain here. This is how I like to do it. Measure off a plate, okay? And where I measure over here, I'm going to actually mark where the tape measure is right here. So when I go to remeasure it, it's an exact spot. So we're going to come to here and measure it to this 24 inches. I'm going to write that down. So what I'm going to do is measure off this stud right here. Okay, so we got our measurements off this stud. It's about 19 heavy to the center. Over here is 24. And just to make sure, certain, I'm going to check it. Too heavy. Over here, 24. The last thing you want to do is put this in and the hole be wrong and you don't have any more plywood on the site. So make sure of that. So I'm going to lay this down, screw it down, cut out the hole. Going to be using 2-inch screws. These construction grade. They're good for almost anything except for structural framing. So something that has to really hold a load or whatever. These don't have the shear strength, but these are good for anywhere else, especially on subfloors. 2-inch, the star head. We got a few screws in it. Now we're going to mark it here.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm sorry. This man is here illegal. He's working his hardest to try to do this as best as we can in this country. And counselors, you understand this is a sanctuary state, so I'm sorry to keep this. And that's my pressure.
Okay, I'm using 1/8 drill bit to get a pile hole in here.
You get a refund of up to $500 in site credit.
Alright, so I'm going to use here is a 4.5-inch hole saw. This works out perfectly for the schluter drain. Now if you're off a little bit, you have up to about 5 inches. So you take a jigsaw and trim it up. You want to make sure once you cut this hole, I'm going to show you that the flange fits in there right onto the pipe. So last thing I'm going to have is go to glue this thing in and it's hitting one side of the plywood and it won't fit in too well. Okay, that's it. Looks like we're pretty much right on there. You can tell by looking at this, we're pretty much right on. A little bit of play that way, this way, but looks like we're going to fit here. If we don't, we come in with a jigsaw and trim it up wherever we think we need it. So that's it. I'll finish screwing down this pile and this is ready to go.